What a crazy, crazy wildcard weekend. Let's break down some of these games. What is up, Finn fans, and probably Vikings, Saints, Seahawks, Eagles, Titans, Patriots, Buffalo, and Texans fans. What I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this for pretty much all of the playoffs and the Super Bowl, I'm going to talk about the games that happen. Unfortunately for me, my Miami Dolphins obviously aren't in the Super Bowl or in the playoffs or in any of these games. But hey, it's going to happen soon. So all you guys that are laughing at me, it's going to happen soon. So I'm here to just break down these games, talk about the games that happened this weekend, especially today. I'm going to talk about real quick the game that literally just happened, which is the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. This was a huge game. Huge game. The biggest part of this game was the fact that Carson Wentz got knocked out of the game, and they had to go with, unfortunately, Josh McCown. I honestly think if Josh McCown wasn't in there and Carson Wentz stayed in the game and didn't get knocked out, that this game would be completely different. Absolutely different. Because by halftime, it was a 10-3 game. Seattle was up 10-3 by halftime. So a lot of things happened. A lot of things, Wentz getting hurt. But both defenses played great. Absolutely great. If you look at the stats, Russell Wilson, 18 for 30, 325 yards, 1 touchdown. He was the leading rusher, which, again, says something about the defense. DK Metcalf, 7 catches, 160 yards, and a touchdown. He also sealed the game with a 3rd down catch where the Eagles sent the blitz and just didn't have enough guys in coverage to stop him. And on the Eagles side, Carson Wentz only had 1 pass for 4 attempts, 3 yards. He didn't do much. Then he got knocked out of the game. And then Josh McCown comes in 18 for 24, 174 yards. But you saw the difference when Josh McCown was in there versus Carson Wentz, which is day and night, absolutely day and night. And then when it comes to rushing, 14 carries for 69 yards for Miles Sanders. And Dallas Goedert, 7 catches for 73 yards. He was their leading receiver with Zach Ertz, number 2, 2 catches, 44 yards. It was a defensive game, like I said, complete defensive game between the two teams, and it's just, you needed Carson Wentz in there as Eagles fans, and the fact that he didn't play, he got knocked out of the game from a tackle straight to his helmet, it just really sucks because I think this game would have been way closer and potentially have the Eagles pull this one off. But to Seattle, good on you. You guys will be heading on Sunday to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Next game we're going to talk about is the game earlier today, which was the Minnesota Vikings heading to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Now, to all you Viking fans, I don't know if you watched the live stream the other day where you guys wanted me to give my prediction for the playoff games. I picked the Saints to win this one. I think I'm like 2 for 2. Because the only home team that won was the Texans. I picked the Saints to win this one. I thought that they would be a little bit, remembering of 2 years ago with that game where, Stephon Diggs caught the ball, ran for a touchdown, pulled off the win. They're home. They're still pissed about the Rams game from last year. I thought a lot of things were going into this game. And honestly, the Vikings came and both teams defensively played great. Both teams defensively played great, made the stops they needed to, did their thing. If not, this game wouldn't have went to overtime, which it did. Overtime win for the Minnesota Vikings, 26-20. Very great game. Taysom Hill, the man, it was his game. Caught a touchdown, threw a deep pass, breaking tackles, rushing, doing a ton of things. Kamara had a rushing touchdown. Rudolph had his big touchdown that won it in overtime. But to start it with Adam Thielen with the fumble, just crazy great game. Real quick stats: Kirk Cousins, 19 for 31, 242 yards, and a touchdown. Delvin Cook, 28 carries, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. Really helped the Vikings in this game with that rushing attack. Receiving, Adam Thielen, yes, he fumbled the ball. He still had 7 catches for 129 yards. Really ridiculously good. Unfortunately, Stephon Diggs only had 2 catches for 19 yards, kind of disappeared. And then on the other side, when it comes to the Saints, Drew Brees, 26 for 33, 208 yards, 1 touchdown, interception. Taysom Hill, 1 for 1 with that 50-yard bomb. Taysom Hill rushing leader, 4 carries for 50 yards. Alvin Kamara was the only one who had a touchdown, but he had 7 carries for 21 yards. Michael Thomas, 7 catches for 70 yards. Now, that really just shows how well that Vikings defense did, how well they came into New Orleans and handled their business. They were up. Saints came back, go to overtime. They did their thing like a chicken wing, pulled off the victory. Got to tip your cap off to the Minnesota Vikings, who now have to head to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. As much as people might think, the 49ers are going to do great, they have Bosa, they have all this stuff, don't be surprised. This is going to be a very, very good game. I feel like all of these playoff games are going to be very, very good. Look at this weekend. The past 2 games I talked about, Seattle won by 8, Minnesota won by 6. 1-score games for both those games. Really, really great. Now we're going to talk about the Saturday games, the AFC games, my division conference, not division conference, AFC games. I'm going to talk about the most important one last, because there's some things we need to talk about with that last one. But we'll talk about the Buffalo Bills heading to Houston to take on the Texans. I actually thought that the Texans would pull this one off. I knew that this game was going to be close. I said it. I don't remember what live stream it was. I think it was Friday or Thursday. I said it in a live stream that I honestly think that the Texans were going to pull this one off and it was going to be really close. I think the Texans were giving 3 points, and I said take the Texans in this one because they were a very closely matched team. They did very well, evenly matched, like I was saying. I gave it to the home team. I felt like the home team was going to pull this off, and they did with a 3-point victory, 22-19 over the Buffalo Bills. This game was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You have a 16-0 lead on the Houston Texans. 16-0. They score 19 unanswered points. 19 unanswered points. And then the Buffalo Bills take it to overtime with their field goal. Great. This is the epitome of a playoff game. Josh Allen running around doing his thing. He had a fumble here and there, had little hiccups here and there, but so did the Houston Texans with DeAndre Hopkins with his big-time fumble that really hurt them. Frank Gore showing that he still can do things at his age. Crazy, crazy stuff. Josh Allen doing not only throwing the ball, catching touchdowns. Watson with his touchdown run and his 2-point conversion one, reaching for the pylon. It was a very, very, very good game. Now, when we look at the stats for this game, like I said, Josh Allen, 24 for 46, 264 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. John Brown had the touchdown pass to Josh Allen, so 1 for 116 yards. Rushing, Josh Allen, 9 carries, 96 yards. Singletary also had a really, really good game. He had 4.5 yards a carry, 13 carries, 58 yards, and Frank Gore with that big run. Singletary was also the leading receiver. And you also can't forget about J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt had that big sack. J.J. Watt, who was on injured reserve all season, came out and was like, if I could play this play, they said to him, there's a chance there's a chance? I'm playing. Deshaun Watson, 20 for 25, 247 yards, and a touchdown. He was also the leading rusher. So both teams' quarterbacks, not only leading passers, but also leading rushers. 14 carries for 55 yards. Carlos Hyde, 16 carries for 43 yards. And Duke Johnson, 3 carries for 38 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 6 catches, 90 yards. He had that fumble, but he made up for it, came back, did his thing, like I said, like a chicken, whang. And then we had J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt and Jake Martin were the only ones on the Texans that got a sack in this one. But like I said, this game was incredible. All of these wildcard games were incredible. There weren't any games with complete blowouts. No 27-7 victories. No games where you stop watching it at halftime. All of these games, you watched the entire game because you did not know how it was going to end. 2 overtime games. Great wild card weekend. But like I said, the Houston Texans now will be heading to Kansas City Sunday to take on the Chiefs after beating the Buffalo Bills. And a great game. But Bills fans, I know I got some Bills fans as subscribers. Don't hang your head. It was a great game by Buffalo. It was a fight between 2 really good 10-6 teams fighting to move on. And that's what I love about NFL playoffs. Because you got hockey, you got basketball, you got baseball. You got all these games where you 5 games. Here, you're one and done. You have one bad game. I'm sorry, you're not moving on. One and done. I really, really like that about football. Now, let's talk about the game that everyone wants to talk about, especially me. I really want to talk about this game. And that is the Tennessee Titans heading into Foxborough to take on the Patriots. Now, I was rooting hard for the Tennessee Titans to win this game. Rooting hard for that to happen. I hate the Patriots. I think most of the NFL teams hate the Patriots. And there's a lot of reasons why different people might hate the Patriots. I have my reasons. I'm obviously a Dolphin fan. But we all hate the Patriots. This game was an awesome game. Absolutely awesome game. Now, they won 20-13, but that 20-13 win is a little suspect. If it's the final score, but the pick six at the end is really what made it. If that pick six didn't happen, it was a 14-13 win. So again, it was another game that came down to it. One score game, really great game. But that pick six, wow, that pick six was amazing. Absolutely amazing, Tennessee. Like I said, I'm us and a lot of Dolphin fans, Tennessee Titan fans, were rooting for you hard, and you guys played your butt off. The Tennessee Titans defense played amazing against the New England Patriots. Yeah, Edelman had his passes here and there, and Edelman did his thing, but you guys shut Edelman down. Let's talk about stats. I'm going to go with the Patriots stats first. Tom Brady, 20 for 37, 209 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. Sony Michel, 14 carries, 61 yards. Other than that, no one really did much. James White was their leading receiver, their running back, 5 carries, 5 catches, 62 yards. Like I said, Julian Edelman, 3 catches, 30 yards. He didn't do much. He really didn't do much. He also fumbled. James White fumbled, lost it. Great game. Absolute great game by that defense. And let's talk about the Tennessee Titans offense. Ryan Tannehill, 8 for 15, 72 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Wasn't his best game. It wasn't his best game. And I'm going to talk about that after I break down the stats, because, and I'm also going to talk about it in comment of the day, because a lot of people want to say that I'm a Ryan Tannehill hater, and I need to explain some things. Derrick Henry, though, it was the Derrick Henry game. This Titans versus Patriots game, it was at 34 carries, 182 yards, and a touchdown, 5.4 yards a carry. Come on. But as much as Ryan Tannehill, this was probably one of his worst games in the past 8 games, that pass to Anthony, I think it's Firkser, beautiful touchdown pass. He was their leading receiver, 2 catches, 23 yards, which isn't great. This was a defense, and as much as I hate the Patriots, you got to give the Patriots some credit too. Both defenses played great. The fact that your leading receiver was your tight end, who had 2 catches for 23 yards. I'm assuming he's your tight end again. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But that 2 catches for 23 yards is your leading receiver. Great defensive game by the Patriots as well. Got to give both teams a lot of credit. Great defensive game. Where both teams, they didn't have a lot of receiving yards. But Derrick Henry and that Tennessee Titans defense absolutely took this game over. Absolutely 100% took this game over. Now, like I said, beautiful touchdown pass from Ryan Tannehill. Derrick Henry took the game over. The pick six. The pick six from Logan Ryan. Pick six from Logan Ryan, and then Eric Rowe had a pick six the week before. It's poetic justice. Now, a lot of people want to talk about is, the dynasty over. It's the Patriot dynasty over. Why would a lot of people talk about that? It was because Tom Brady's a free agent. And they're not re-signing him. They're not doing his thing. I hope they do, though. I hope Tom Brady comes back, and I hope the Patriots re-sign him. And I'm hoping he's back on the Patriots, because you're not the same quarterback anymore. To the Patriots fans that are watching, look, when we're saying that the dynasty is over, we're not saying because you guys suck, and because a lot of Patriot fans like to bring up the past. Well, he has 6 rings, and he did this. Yes, he did that. He did it. Past tense, he did it in the past. Tom Brady right now is not that same quarterback 5 years ago, 6 years ago with Randy Moss Westwell. He's not that same quarterback. He's old. He's 42. Next year, going to be 43. He's not the same Tom Brady. So that's what we mean by we're saying dynasty might be over, because you guys got to start again. You guys got to find that new quarterback. The head coach, we don't know if Bill Belichick wants to go through another rebuild, finding a new quarterback. We don't know what this offseason is going to entail, but a lot of people think the dynasty's over. Me, on the other hand, I'd like to see Tom Brady come back. If he decides to come back, the Miami Dolphins beat him in his hometown, won that game, with nothing, with an inferior team to the New England Patriots. I'd love to see him come back, but a lot of people want to talk about the dynasty's over. The other thing I want to talk about, and this is going to coincide with comment of the day. So before I say that, be sure to comment below. You know, Buffalo fans, Texan fans, Titan fans, Patriot fans, Vikings fans, Saints fans, Seattle, Eagles, and Dolphin fans. Comment below. Let me know what you think of these 8 games, these 8 fantastic wildcard games. Be sure to comment below, and I'm going to get to you guys' comment of the day. Now, comment of the day is going to talk about a subject. And the subject, and I'm picking this video because it's the playoffs. And Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans won their playoff game. And they are in the playoffs. And the Titans did very, very well. Now, I pointed out that the reason the Tennessee Titans won is because of their defense and Derrick Henry. Now, there's, like I said, time and time again, there's 2 different types of fans. There's fans that hate Ryan Tannehill. I think he was hot garbage. I think he was hot garbage with the team and all that stuff. I'm not one of them. And then there's fans that absolutely love Ryan Tannehill. The man can't do anything wrong and will make excuses for him till they're blue in the face. I'm not that one either. The way I see it is I like Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill is a good quarterback. Ryan Tannehill is the type of quarterback that needs everything around him. He needs a good running game, a good defense, a good offensive line that can give him time in the pocket, and he will thrive and succeed, a.k.a. the Tennessee Titans. I've said that from time to time again. I give Ryan Tannehill all the credit where credit is due. He had an absolutely fantastic game. His passer rating is #1 in the league for a reason. The thing that bothers me, and this is where people like to say that I hate him, because I pick out his bad games. I talk about his bad games equally as I talk about his good games. You got to be able to criticize your favorite players. You got to be able to point out their faults. Like Ryan Tannehill in this game against the New England Patriots did not do well. He had a fumble that he got back. He had an interception that was ugly back off his back throw interception. The Tennessee Titans won in spite of him. Now, I get it that he made the 3rd down passes that he needed to eat the clock up and do his thing. Yes, good on him. I agree. But that defense bailed him out twice. Once, he got the fumble that he returned, but then essentially they had to punt the ball. And 2, with the interception that he should not have thrown off his back foot. And Derrick Henry with 182 yards and a touchdown. Now, again, I said he had a beautiful touchdown pass to the tight end, which helped them win the game, because if not, it wouldn't have been 14-13. But to say that Ryan Tannehill beat the New England Patriots, it was more, this is the way I see it, it was more the defense and the running game that won that game for them. Now, does that take away from what he did to get them in the playoffs? No, and I'm not saying that. Ryan Tannehill in the regular season is the reason in a ton of games, because I can look back and break down stats, in a ton of games where he is the reason they're in the playoffs. He made, same thing with 2016. A lot of people wanted to say, and I defend, this is the thing that drives me nuts. People like to say that I hate Ryan Tannehill, when in 2016, everyone was saying Matt Moore got Ryan Tannehill to the playoffs, to the Dolphins to the playoffs. And I kept saying, no, it was Ryan Tannehill. Because if Ryan Tannehill didn't win those 7 games, Matt Moore wouldn't have had the chance. And people said, oh, but Matt Moore. So it drives me nuts that I get called a Tannehill hater and I get called all these things go back and watch my 2016 videos. Was I making videos in 2016? I don't even remember. I wasn't making videos in 2016. But back in 2016, I was defending Ryan Tannehill. How Ryan Tannehill is the reason that they won the games they won and we're in the playoffs. So the fact that I'm getting called a hater and I'm getting a ton of things in the comment section and on Twitter, it's just funny to me. Because that's not me. But other than that, thank you guys so much for comment below. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I love interacting with you guys on Twitter. Just so you know, I am dyslexic. So a lot of times for me, it's hard to express what I want to say when it comes to tweets. So a lot of times I wait to address things in videos, or I try my best to retweet and talk to you guys. I love talking to all you guys, so be sure to comment below and follow me on Twitter. And also, to everyone who's saying things to me, and if you think I'm taking it to heart, if you think I'm upset or mad, I don't take anything you guys say to me to heart, ever. Like, if you're ever watching me read these things, I'm actually like, oh, okay, yeah. A lot of times you guys help me learn things. Like, no, Doug, this happened. I'm like, oh, gotcha, thanks, remembered. So be sure to comment below. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Also, check out the Bit Boys. Great stuff going on over there. Hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. Other than that, give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up because these are some very good playoff games. it's going to be a very entertaining offseason, playoffs and offseason. Very entertaining. Also, give this video a thumbs up because you like the content, you like what you see. Other than that, check out DolphinsTalk.com. Can't even get it out. Great site over there. Great content, breakdown, everything when it comes to podcasts, articles, beat writers, YouTubers. Check out DolphinsTalk.com. Other than that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing this next week for the other playoff games. I'm going to do it for the Super Bowl. And then I have a ton of videos planned, especially for you Dolphin fans. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I got some videos coming out this week for the Dolphins. Other than that, I will see you either tomorrow or Tuesday with the surprises of 2018 Miami Dolphins season. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.